Hi all, how are you doing? So I'm here to record a video to report that I passed the civil um, engineering structural emphasis national exam, NCEES national exam, professional engineering exam, the first try, and I wanted to give a few tips as to what you can do to pass. This is just quick. Due to the fact that I got an overload of work and many things on my plate and in my radar in terms of moving forward in my overall life, I can only I can only give you like a very rough idea, I guess you could say, of what to expect on the exam and what you should do to prepare. And again, I want to emphasize that this is coming from first time taker who passed the first time, and so let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to review the NCEES uh, guidelines as to what you need to bring for the exam, what references that that they have on that list. It's not necessarily required nor recommended. It's just a list of the references to be used on the exam. And now they're actually going to switch to a computer-based one. So I've actually told many of my coworkers that I don't understand how this is going to play out because practically speaking, when you're taking the exam, you have to flip through all these books that you've essentially um, learned how to um, practically go through every reference in an efficient manner. And this is a learned thing. So if you do this electronically, I joked around and I said they better have floating screens that you can just, for each book, that you could just easily kind of coordinate. So I'm just going to give you the scenario in which you're there and it's paper based. So the first thing you want to do, of course, go get that paper, and you're always going to be referencing it. The reason why I say that is because unless you have the means to pay $2,000, $3,000 or something, my recommendation, and this is probably what most people are going to do, is that they're going to take their time to find every single source, whether that be through the internet or looking around. I recommend going to the most local engineering library that you can access. So it could be like a state college that you can just go to and see if they have the references. For example, the hardest reference I found to find is the AASHTO LRFD Bridge Engineering Specifications, which is about 1,400 pages long. And I actually managed to ask someone in our company about it, and I said, do you know how I can access it?" And they said that they had it, and I said, how do you have this book? So it's a PDF, and if you really wanted to, you can reach out to me. My email is my alumni email. It's rdflores@berkeley.edu, and we can coordinate if you would like to access a free one. I can try to do something, and it would be an anonymous, under an anonymous account or something, of course. So if you really need that, you can reach out to me. There was actually one question on it, and I believe I got it right, although it's a little bit difficult to determine whether or not I was right or not, because the logical thing was the answer. The logical answer was one that you require that was apart from the book. So the book showed you an answer L over 1,000 for maximum cantilever deflection, but in practice you would have said, okay, well, let's allow for twice the length. So then so logically it would have been like L over 180. So So that answer, I'm not sure if I got it right, but based off of the reference, it's correct. So maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. Um, this is not necessarily a cantilever beam. It was a cantilever for pedestrian use, cantilever slab. So that question, based off of the reference, was L over, the answer to that question is L over 1,000. But again, that was just based off of the reference. So these things, obviously I passed, so that must have helped, right? Maybe I got it right, maybe I didn't. But anyway, the point is that you want to have all your references. So I apologize if I don't have anything with me right now. I got my folders for my jobs that I'm doing. I got the sketch for one of my jobs I'm doing here. Sorry about that. Because I just passed, and like the P is sort of behind me at this point. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you want to figure out, get the CERM manual. And when you get the CERM manual, you don't necessarily want to go through every single part, although you can. But what I recommend is, so if you're just starting off, what you should probably do is, and especially if you just took your EIT, what I think you should do is go back to the EIT, see what you didn't do right, because a lot of the breadth questions and the stuff that you need to learn from the out of the CERM is just an extension of a very exponential extension of the fundamentals of engineering exam. So if you feel, or if you know that you didn't do something right in the EIT, the very first thing I would do is make sure that you can learn it, or emphasize that in your process, and definitely read about it in more depth and try to take notes if you can. But I would say for the time being, the first thing you want to do is just read about it. You could take notes later,